Welcome to Nav's Comics and Culture. I'm Nav. Today's video is a new segment on Bad Idea. We're going to talk about their books, we're going to talk about their business model, and then we're going to talk about some important news at the very end. So, their books. I'll switch over to this. Yep. Okay. So, their I guess I don't want to call it a flagship, but their initial title was ENIAC. Um, when ENIAC number one came out, it was under, well, they ordered so many and then they met like half of that order. So the print run was pretty low. I don't know what it is, but it made the first print of ENIAC number one pretty pricey. I engaged in a little bit of FOMO and picked up two. They since then declined in value, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, right? And I actually have not read ENIAC. I have ENIAC 1, 2, and 3, and number 4 should be out later this month. Tankers. This is a really fun one. Um, this oil company sends these people back in time because they want more oil to exist. Uh, it's pretty cool. Then the only other one, well, it's not. There's another one not listed here, which is Pizza Detective. The title's longer. It was interesting, and they actually had a backup story that was a lot more interesting than the main story. The backup story had to do with this guy whose superpower was to turn back time, and he would continue to age while no one else would, and no one else would know they turned back time. It was pretty cool concept, I feel. I think that was also by Matt Kint. Matt Kint, yeah, wrote ENIAC, which I've not read. Um, the artwork in all of these looks spectacular. Whalesville, which is Whalesville, and then also another story inside called Minerals and Rocks and Minerals. Yeah, a lot of fun. That was kind of a, it's, I don't know what you want to call it, like more of a fairy tale type thing for each story. It was pretty interesting. Uh, you know, I don't know how I feel like, personally, $10 for that. I mean, like I got the enjoyment out of it. I mean, I guess I can say that. Not typically the kind of person to buy into books like that, but I kind of went all in on the bad idea thing. I'm just buying them all because um, uh, I don't know. It's either FOMO or I'm a sucker, which is there's kind of a mixture of the two to the of those together. Um, yeah. So there's two more that are not out yet. One's called The Lot, which I'm pretty excited about, and one's called Sleigh Bells, which just looks kind of fun. So yeah. All right. So we've talked about the books, but most of you probably already know that their business model is kind of annoying. I feel like their business model is built on annoyance and hype. If we considered that this publisher did not go the route they did, maybe we wouldn't even be talking about this. I wouldn't be making this video. There'd just be another publisher out there that I wouldn't know or really care too much about, other than, if the books were good, which is kind of like really what it should be based on. But I'm sure there's like books by Aftershock that are good that I just don't read or know about. Yeah, so but their model is that they have some kind of restrictions to the stores that can sell their comics. Like, so they don't distribute through Diamond. They distribute, I guess, through themselves. I don't know. Um, like for example, Wisconsin has, and that's weird. I hit Escape on their site and it does that. Um, yeah, they have one comic book shop that sells Bad Idea comics, which really sucks. Um, the LCS near me does not carry it, and when I asked them about it, man, they were not happy. Like clearly the guy was annoyed by the whole thing, and he didn't lay into me, but he definitely used it as an opportunity to vent his frustration about it, and I totally understand. I feel like he was saying that Bad Idea requires that they show all the books at the front of the store or something. I don't know. Honestly, like the shop, there's another shop nearby that carries it, and I don't. I mean, I don't know what hoops they had to go through, but they definitely, when I talked to them about it, I'm like, well, I guess one thing is it got me here to your shop when normally you're a couple shops away, so I don't go here. Although I mean, I like it, but it's, you can only support so many, and as I've noted before, I actually get most of my comics shipped to me. Um, because when I go in to buy, like I went in to buy a $1 Pizza Detective comic, which you can only buy like on one day. Again, this sort of weird thing that they're doing. And I ended up buying like Batman 108, the 1 in 25 variant. Like just spending the money. Went in for to pay for $1 book, walk out with 60 bucks, $60 in comics. So, but yeah, so clearly they're limiting people's accessibility to the comics, which I think in turn is generating a little bit of hype and interest. Some of the books, I don't know what they're at now. Like they went up quite a bit on eBay. Maybe they've come down, um, but there is some kind of demand out there just because of the limited accessibility. So I guess now we can talk about the news. Bad Idea um, is over. Bad Idea is not over. I should have had that tweet up at the start, but I don't know. They're saying, oops. All right. Well, anyway, they made a statement that could be implied that Bad Idea is closing their doors. That's not the case. Here it is. Bad Idea is over. Um, yeah, I don't know what that is, or maybe that's their new name. Uh, Talking to my retailer, they were very concerned. Like, apparently, other people had asked them about Bad Idea going out of business. She didn't really think it was. That wasn't my take either. Bad Idea, the name. Maybe the business model is over. Uh, but they're just generating more hype with this whole thing. Bad Idea is over. Now, the books we talked about were like the first 6 months of the year. Now they have books, I think 5 titles for the second 6 months of the year. Start obviously, well, I say 6 months. I think it starts in August actually. Um, they have a weird thing where you can order, and the way you buy Bad Idea books is you pay for the series. So like with Tankers, when I paid for issue one, I paid for all 4 issues or however many it is. And now when I go in, I just pick them up. So with what they're calling their final 5 titles, if you pre-order it before the 16th, I believe is a Wednesday, yeah, June 16th, you buy them all. And I was charged $119.85, which I didn't think of it at the time. I was on the phone, but I calculated that, and that's $7.99 per issue. So I don't know if like some of these are, is one series like a series of 9.99 books, and the other ones, are cheaper. I don't know. Um, what is and you're ordering blind. You don't know who the writers, the artists. You don't know anything. And what's the benefit to that? Like versus waiting until for not pre-ordering. Well, not much. I guess one benefit is they're guaranteeing that you'll get a first print. I don't know if that's really a concern to have, that you won't have a first print, but that's one piece. Um, The other thing is if you're one of the first 10 people to do this blind pre-order, you get a sticker. The sticker can be used to redeem a free copy of the first book in the Final Five lineup. My retailer did not know what that meant. Like they don't know if that means well, they don't know if oh I'm clicking around, hope I didn't screw this up. They don't know if it means that you have to redeem through your retailer or do they redeem through Bad Idea themselves? Don't know. Presumably the retailer, like the website for Bad Idea, um, you have this pre-order thing. You can select. I'm in the United States. I'm in Massachusetts, and you select a store. I went through all this. They received nothing. So I had called to confirm, and they're like, yeah, we don't know. We never received anything. So um, yeah. Well, okay. So I kind of like just rambled right into the whole news thing. The important news piece was you have until I believe the 16th of June to call or go to your LCS that sells Bad Idea Comics and request for this Final Five pre-order. I guess if you're curious about the sticker thing, just ask them if you're going to be one of the first 10 people to pre-order. If you're not, maybe you wait, or maybe they tell you a reason why you want to pre-order blind that I'm not talking about. I don't know. There's a lot of just weirdness going on here. It's kind of fun, a little bit like, yeah. So the books are interesting. I mean, I don't know if they'll hold any value, but if they keep going, and like who knows? I mean, my thought is that eventually they'll adhere to a more standard business model, but maybe they won't. Maybe if this is working out in some fashion, that they just kind of keep going with it. I don't know. But if they're dropping the name, going to a new name, um, I really feel they'll probably go towards a more standard model, but I don't know. So I guess that is about it. That I want to show any other tweets of theirs. There was a meme. Bad idea is over. It's just a marketing stunt, right? Right? It is, yeah. Whatever. Um, yeah. So, all right. Well, hopefully this was somewhat informative or, prompted some thoughts or, feel free to like engage with me on this in the comments. I mean, I can totally understand people not being happy with this, but like I'm in a position where I have access to a retailer that sells these. So I think that if I wasn't, I'd be more pessimistic about this whole thing and frustrated and annoyed. So I guess I'm in a fortunate position where, um, you know, it's not impacting me in a negative way. So, all right. Well, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, definitely interested in your comments. Let me know what you think. And hopefully I will see you next time. Take care. Stopping recording.